This is a presentation of RVT Entertainment.
What's your name, ma'am?
Stacy.
Oh, Stacy. What do you do for a living, Stacy?
I work for a Christian publishing company.
If there's one thing I can't stand.
Listen up, slap nuts.
Sit down, dummy, I'm talking.
You know, they say all men are created equal, but you look at me and you look at Small Joe, and you can see that statement is not true.
Oh, Wendy!
He's fat! You f***ing numpty!
Will you laugh at that face? Shut your mouth.
The cream of the crop! Nobody does it better.
Hey, hi, hello, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to the Wrestle-Cast, presented by RVT Entertainment on thebrokeninfinite.com, Podomatic.com, iTunes, and wherever else we find this fine audio recording, and live on RVT Entertainment's official Twitch.tv channel. We talk about professional wrestling, both in the mainstream and the independent scene, and holy shit, what the fuck is wrestling today, this week? My name's Matty Jay, that is TWK.
Hello, ladies and gentlemen, I am TWK of TWK Reviews, and yes, what a wacky world of wrestling we are in at the current moment.
Jesus Christ. Here I thought it'll be an easy week, you know, some news here and there sprinkled. We're talking about the Rumble, TakeOver. Both shows were awesome, by the way. But nope. News and dumps, and the AEW effect continues because, oh my god. But that's the third segment. We are not alone, as you've just noticed. I just did a little bit of editing on the fly because I forgot to add the Twitter handle of our guest person this week. Where are you, by the way? Ladies and gentlemen, the Hairball, Brother Ball, joins us. Dude, where are you joining us from?
I'm actually in the same state as T-Dub.
Oh, you're in Virginia.
Yeah, over on 81.
Ah.
I don't know where that is. I'm not good with geography.
Up I-81 up not far from the West Virginia border, like 20 miles or so.
Up in the northwest.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I'm headed.
So joining us from an undisclosed truck stop in near West in Virginia.
I guess you could consider it BFE.
I mean, let's not insult that. Let's not.
From an undisclosed location.
From parts unknown.
Well, I was going for Eric Young. 2008. Eric Young.
Yes. Don't fire Eric. Don't fire Eric. That works as well.
Don't fire Hairball. Don't fire Hairball. He's got kids.
He's got kids. He needs his job. He needed this job more than the revival, the bastardization of two tag teams put into one, for fuck's sake. But we'll talk about that in a few. Speaking of, you know what this is. It's the review show. It's freaking, you know what it is. It's if I can talk, I can tell you what it is.
Tonight we have the Royal Rumble and NXT TakeOver to review.
Yeah. Big four pay-per-view weekend, so it's TakeOver, it's Rumble, it's the news in the third segment, your emails and comments in the second, your winners and losers, stuff and things, three dudes talking about professional wrestling on a Friday night while you sit there, enjoy a beverage, or if you're doing the 28 days without beverage, a non-alcoholic beverage. Thank you, SodaStream, by the way. Hashtag not a plug.
By the way, Dear Crystal, hope you feel better.
Hopefully we shall entertain you for the next 90 minutes to 2 hours.
So, Matty, what is our clip? What's going to get us to the review?
Well, ladies and gentlemen, it's straight up 2 clips of the week. I got one for this one. It's related to the Rumble, but it's not the Rumble from the Rumble itself. It is the day after, because, ladies and gentlemen, it is happening. At least 2/3, if you still believe that rumor, but at the very least, it is happening. Rousey, Lynch. Ladies and gentlemen, I give you Becky doing her damn job. Here it is. Take a listen.
Ronnie, I told you I'd find a way back to you again. Now, for about a year now, I've been hearing about this baddest woman on the planet. But the last time I came to your show, I dropped you right there. And even after that, you never came looking for me to prove that you're the baddest. So, Ronnie, I've come looking for you to prove you're not. And you've heard about this, but last night I won the Royal Rumble match. And unlike Seth Rollins, I don't need much time to think. I choose you.
Oh, yeah!
And at WrestleMania, I am going to break your mystique. I am going to take your title. And I am going to kick your ass in front of the whole world.
Now, before we get into the pile of wrestling that happened on the weekend, I wanted to bring something up while this promo is still fresh, because Rousey was doing an open challenge, which was answered by Bayley. Rousey, who has been getting a very warm reaction from the crowds, usually got booed out the building when she started to talk this week. Now, I don't know why. I get the feeling that it's the international crowd reacting to something that's being pushed down their throat, when really they should have been doing that at WrestleMania last year.
Well, I can tell you exactly why it is, because they know that she was going to be challenged by Becky, and they're like, okay, this is who we're rooting for, this is who we're going straight ahead.
I think it's, and I can respect that, but at the same time, you're giving the disrespect. You're not even letting her talk. I'm like, she needs the time to talk, because she's still very interested in being a good professional wrestler, and the weakest part of her game is her mic skills. So why are you not letting her talk?
Like I said, they're showing who they're supporting, who they're not supporting, and well, when a wrestling crowd decides who they like and they don't like, well, they generally don't let the person they don't like talk. And
I cut off like the Rousey part, because she recovered herself in the rebuttal to Becky's promo.
Yeah.
But the crowd did not want it. It's like, guys, I understand you folks are hyped, but let her talk. They still need clean audio for the footage and the videos and the face.
This is in Japan.
Also, it's a post Big Four crowd. They are never nice.
They were nice to her at frickin' Survivor Series.
That was then. This is now.
Also, Becky chooses her.
Yes.
Hey, Vegeta.
God
It's
damn
a
it.
Pokemon.
God damn it, Nappa.
I'm gonna catch it.
I was going to avoid the whole, hey, dude, a Pikachu gimmick, but god damn it. And people wondering, hey, you're going to do a show without a beverage? I still have like a soda. Actually, the soda stream, it's like sparkling water. I have like a sparkling water mix, but for those wondering, wait, are you on a diet? Well, technically, I'm supposed to be, but for those wondering, we have cans of Baja Blast in Canada now, so once that glass of sparkling water is done, Baja Blast, ladies and gentlemen. So, I just feel like, okay, don't fuck this up, because next thing I'm gonna say, I'm gonna like the post Rumble crowd fucked up Rousey, and that's not something I want.
Listen, if she can't recover from just the crowd booing her, that's going to be on her. Because countless wrestlers have had that happen to them. And it's on the wrestlers and the management to be able to recover and capitalize on that.
I'm just going to say they're not fucking helping.
Anyways, let's get into the review. We're starting.
Let's do that. Let's talk about let's talk about what the fuck happened over the weekend. We begin with the good shit, typically, and I say that as simply a joke. Because honestly, if we're being honest with each other, both shows were fucking excellent, barring one or two things. But hey ho, that's what it is. We begin with NXT Takeover Phoenix. I could scroll over the thing and I could tell you where we were at. There we go. We're at the Talking Stick Resort Arena in Phoenix, Arizona. There was no purported attendance here. No one said the attendance, so it was not reported. But it was sold out. And they still had X by Poppy as one of the theme songs.
And did you see who the sponsor was?
Kingdom Hearts 3. Boy, I wonder who the core demographic of this show was.
Nerds!
No. If you're going to be Gallows, I got to be Anderson. It's like, you got to shake it. Give it to him. Nerds!
Actually, I was going for Ogre.
Ogre works, but keep it wrestling related. Gallows. Or Tex Ferguson if you want to go that way.
Are you jealous of that?
By the way, my brother-in-law to this day does not believe that Kingdom Hearts 3 is a real game that exists.
Do you have a copy of that?
Not yet.
Can you really blame them though?
If I had a PS4, I'd be like, okay, what's the hype? Actually, I wouldn't, because I finished Kingdom Hearts 1, and that's as much as I want to play.
Well, if you have a PS4, you can play Kingdom Hearts 1, 2, Chain of Memories, Dream Drop Distance, Birth by Sleep.
And you lost me.
Trust me, they're good.
I know they're good, but I'm like, so many games, so little time.
You know, and
not just games either.
Yeah, there's all the things, and I'm like, just leave me alone with my Switch and my Mario Odyssey and the crap ton of hours I'm going to have to play Smash to get all of the characters now.
Trust me, it's only going to take you like 20 hours.
Hashtag Sora for Smash.
Anyways,
Anyway, on to the actual show itself. Of course, at the pre-show, they had some warm-ups and everything else because the pre-show was pre-tape. Duh. But they had, this week they had 2 tag matches on NXT. The Sky Pirates, love that fucking name, Io Shirai and Kairi Sane. They defeated Marina Shafir and Jessamine Duke in a solid tag match. And the Forgotten Son, that's Wesley Blake and Steve Cutler, they defeated the Montez Ford and Angelo Dawkins, the Street Profits, in what I thought was a beautiful matchup for NXT standards.
Street Profits on a takeover.
Who? These guys need to be on a takeover.
They got the charisma.
I don't know if I would put them against the War Raiders, but then again, Hansen flies a lot. Anyway, it's one of those things. Post takeover NXTs are worth watching. The thumb is up there. Let's see. Speaking of the War Raiders, that's what we started off with. They challenge Kyle O'Reilly and Roderick Strong of the Undisputed Era for the NXT Tag Team Championships. Love the Viking entrance from the War Raiders.
And of course, hiding amongst the Vikings was Rose's wife.
Yep, there was Rose's wife, Sarah Logan of the Riot Squad, and she was geeking, and I was like, and she in video she was going, "Oh, I'm not. There's no way in hell I'd be missing this kind of entrance," and it looked badass. And also, someone's talking in the background, and I don't like it.
That's my sister talking to her daughter.
Uh-huh.
Sorry about that.
Yeah. One thing about webcam mics, folks.
They
but
hear
yeah,
everything.
Yeah. They're not unidirectional. War Raiders, they defeated the Undisputed Era 16. I misread them. I need to fix them. 16:57 in a great. I almost want to give that match of the night, but I know what comes up next, and god damn it, if it weren't for the for a particular other match, this would have easily taken top honors.
Yeah, this is an absolutely fantastic way to kick off the show. And the crowd was 100% into it. And it was great to see the crowd get behind a tag team that wasn't the Undisputed Era.
Yeah.
Because something against them, but it feels like every team that went against them kind of had the crowd against them because they weren't the Undisputed Era.
Because Adam Cole, baby! And, for indie darlings that we owe so much love. So, that doesn't help. But this was pretty split, and I think people were happy to see the War Raiders win. So, there you go. Next up, in a longer matchup, Matt Riddle took on Cassius Ohno, and Matt Riddle won by submission, not by joint manipulation, but by elbowing the shit out of Chris fucking Hero. 920.
Also, during this match, Quentin Tarantino got a boner.
God damn it.
Am I wrong? Was there not toe fetishness in this match?
Yes, yeah, there was. There totally was. Hell, even more Ronaldo made a reference to that, or made to the toe thing.
I didn't catch this one. I didn't catch the first one, or I think I came in right as this one ended.
Cassius Ohno was biting. For those who don't know, Matt Riddle doesn't wrestle with boots on, okay? Spoiler alert, you're a mook. Anyway.
Yeah, he enters the ring wearing sandals, and when he jumps over the top rope during his entrance, he flips them off.
MMA style. Let's put it that way.
I wouldn't exactly say MMA style because, usually MMA, when you enter the ring, there's usually people who open the ropes for you. You in the ring, you respectfully take off your footwear if you're wearing any, stuff like that. But no, when he jumps in the ring, he literally just kicks his sandals off.
Hey, it's good theatrics.
Also, I really dig Mac Riddle's theme song. Kind of sounds like California Love.
I know, right? It fits him. It fits him so well.
It's got like a real West Coast vibe to it.
He does. I mean, the guy's a chill dude, so it kind of fits the vibe.
And the only downside to this entire match is the fact that Cassius Ohno is the anti-Undertaker of NXT takeovers.
I feel bad for Chris Hero. I'm not gonna lie. Deserves so much better than being the doorman butt monkey of new guys.
And yet still better than how he'd be treated on the main roster.
Sadly, T-Dub, he's not wrong.
There's a good chance he's not wrong.
Yeah.
I don't want to think about that.
Me neither. I want to think about match of the goddamn night for a second or two, maybe 3. 23 minutes, 36 seconds of pure storytelling and flippy shit galore. Johnny Gargano versus Ricochet. Gargano surprising everybody and finally gets a piece of NXT gold in the North American Championship. Let's just talk about that spot. That spot where Gargano flips it into Hurricanrana, and let's put this. Let me put it this way: if Chris Rock were watching this, he'd be going, "I think Will Ospreay go sue somebody."
Oh, you're talking about the Frankensteiner spot that he did at the top?
Yes.
Yeah, the reversal.
Yes.
And Cornette lost his shit.
Cornette lost his shit. Will Ospreay going, copycat.
No, Will, the only cat is you.
Oh, it does take one to know one. I was going to say that. I miss Romu. Anyway. Yeah, this.
Nevertheless, of course.
Love the storytelling in this.
The spot on the concrete.
Love the opening video where it makes it look like he's controlled by Tommaso Ciampa. And yet, I am not controlled by Tommaso Ciampa. And the entire universe is going, yes, you are. I'm not a Muppet. I'm not a puppet. Yes, you are. But yeah, that spot on the concrete. Come on.
Followed, of course, by the springboard DDT and the 1, 2, 3, surprising everyone.
I watch this match.
Yes.
That's all I'm going to say there. Match of the night, watch this match. Next up, oh, I feel bad. They always got the semi-main, but those two ladies, they were competent. 15-26 NXT Women's Championship. Shayna Baszler defends her title over Bianca Belair by technical submission because she passed the fuck out. Two things. Shayna Baszler went over, and I'm pretty certain that by all measures, Bianca Belair got over.
Oh yes, 100%. This was a star-making performance.
This was a good wrestling match in that respect because both looked good. Shayna Baszler defends her championship, looks like a badass killer, and Bianca Belair, good lord, the hair whip alone, that hair whip that she did, and drew blood on the abdomen of Baszler. That's how you know.
That's sharp hair right there.
That is sharp fucking hair right there.
And of course, that's not a DQ because it's part of her natural body, so...
Yeah. Mills Lane would go, I'll allow it.
Yeah, like, there's no rule that says you can't use your hair.
I mean, you can't pull the hair, but using your hair as a weapon? That...
Kind of interesting that in the 50 to, 70-plus years of pro wrestling's been a thing, nobody's thought to do this.
I don't think they were when they were writing that book. They weren't expecting Bianca Belair to be a thing.
I know, but like over the course of 70 years, not a single wrestler has thought to do this. It's kind of interesting.
I know. Hey, it's what makes her unique.
Oh yes, most definitely.
And I'm kind of sad that she can't go undefeated, but you know, it is what it is. Not everyone needs a streak.
I know, but it would have been so great had she won because the crowd was 1,000% behind her.
They were, if they weren't behind her at the beginning of the match, they were in the middle of it. When she powered out of the first Girafuda clutch, that's the star-making moment right there. The minute she actually powered out.
Had they done like a Piper Brett finish where she would have reversed the submission to a pin, the roof would have flown off the place.
That if the intention was to put belt on Belair, that would have been the perfect finish, actually. Because it's the confidence of the champ, the cockiness of the champion, biting into her behind. But You know, Belair will have more. I get the feeling. I have the feeling that we will have more good matches out of Bianca Belair. Also, what tweet, Reverend?
He's Reverend. Oh. What? Yes. What tweet, sir?
Yes.
Anyways, what I was going to say was, I think going by the NXT television taping results, I think Io Shirai is going to be the one that's going to take the belt off of Baszler.
Why not? I'm not complaining.
I think I know what Reverend's talking about.
What are the words he talking about? Speaks?
Apparently, our friend Lord Mortimer is now an ordained minister.
Ah, cool.
Oh, awesome! Dark Mortimer, congratulations! Yeah, we will share that with the class.
Let me just pull that up. Ah, cool. And then the reply is Evil Rat being very confused.
The most terrifying, from at Dark Murmur on Twitter, the most terrifying thing just happened today. I'm an ordained minister now. Yeah. Hey, take it for what it is. Anyway, and in our main event of the evening, Tommaso Ciampa defeated Aleister Black for the NXT Championship, 26-30 for that one.
Oh, well, sad no one's testing my process away from me.
Great match. I love the story. Aleister Black selling of the leg. Great. I don't know if I'm missing anything or not, but
yeah, that was absolutely phenomenal selling, and the fact that he sold it throughout the entire match was great. And also, of course, one thing that I love is that it played a part in the finish because Aleister Black was just about to hit the finisher, but just the leg buckled.
The leg buckled.
Yep. The leg buckled right at the last millisecond. It's like, ooh, and Ciampa's like, oh, it's not coming? Oh, finisher time. Bing, bang, boom. 1, 2, 3. I win.
I win. Sotos Gargano was like, I win. And at the end of the day, it didn't really matter. No, I'm kidding.
And nothing else matters.
Oh, yeah. So what happened? The big story, the match itself was fun. You should watch. Actually, this is a great takeover to watch. Maybe not the best ever, but great takeover. Great way to start the year.
I heard some people saying it's a bit too formulaic because we're starting to see the same people in the main event spots, which I can't get. But, the matches are great still.
Well, let's put it this way. Undisputed, I argue with War Raiders, Bianca Belair. Ricochet is still very new to the scene, technically speaking. Matt Riddle and Cassius Ohno. This is the end of that particular feud. Matt Riddle will be put somewhere else. I'll put with someone else. And Aleister Black's probably main roster bound anyways.
I thought this takeover was good, but Blackpool did to it what it does to the main roster pay-per-views on a regular basis.
Yeah, Blackpool was actually pretty good, all things considered.
After that match with Pete Dunne and Coffee, is it?
Yep.
After that match, I said I don't care if it's too early. That's like match of the year candidate right there.
See, I think it's too early because I don't think it was that good. I think that one big botch kind of wrecked it. Unfortunately, made it feel longer than it actually was. Sadly, but that's my opinion. That's my opinion. It was still a good match. Don't get me wrong, but
definitely a unique way to end a match with that type of submission. But nevertheless, the takeover was great, and of course, Matty was about to get to the aftermath, I believe.
Yeah. Yep. So the big story is afterwards. The Ciampa, belt up, raises high. Gargano comes in, same thing. Cut the credits. But no. After the show, Velveteen Dream shows up. This is on the YouTube/WD.com gimmick. And then Adam Cole Baby shows up, and then Ricochet shows up, and then all hell fucking breaks loose.
They fight in the stage, they fight backstage, and then Triple H has to show up, which got a huge pop from the crowd.
Yes.
And then he had to break the whole thing up, and then it was announced, Matty, what do we got coming up this Sunday?
Bum 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 bum. Halftime Heat. Oh God.
Question.
Halftime Heat is back. Why watch Maroon 5 when you can watch NXT fucking T?
One question.
Yes.
Will there be a forklift involved in the match?
I was about to ask the same damn thing. Where's the empty arena? Where's the fucking forklift?
He pinned the great one with the forklift.
He pinned the great one with the forklift. Huzzah! Oh, God. Well, yeah, so that was announced, and so while you enjoy your Super Balls and your foosballs and your sports ball, if you don't want to watch music for boring-ass music by Tool and his band for about half an hour, Halftime Heat, they'll have you covered and all that good stuff.
And this one's gonna happen. And this match is gonna happen not at NXT, not in an arena, but at the Performance Center.
Yep. Well, they
So
have
I
a
guess-
crowd. Well, they have
I
a
guess in some
crowd.
ways it's an empty arena match.
I get, yeah.
In fact, they're gonna have 6 rings to work with.
Jesus, that's gonna be interesting. They've had specials from the Performance Center before, but not in a wrestling capacity. So that's gonna be very interesting. I'm curious about the setup for that now. I really am. Speaking of setups, how about that Royal Rumble setup, huh?
The Royal Rumble.
Love it when it's a different time. I'm a stage marks, and in the last few years outside of WrestleMania, it's been like same old shit. Chase Field, they're literally, as Daniel Bryan promised, they came out of a dugout, and I marked out. I love the minimalistic look.
Yeah, I love the
'Cause
fact
it's
that
very
they had,
minimalist.
Mini-trons on both sides of the entrance.
They just
and we
let-
had fans. We had fans just right behind them, which is great.
Marking out, reacting to things. It gave me a kind of a feel of like the old school pay-per-views, like the Rumble, the Royal Rumble, 98 Rumble, and WrestleMania 14 of the same year. Kind of like that.
For me,
Mixed with WrestleMania 2000.
To me, it sort of reminded me of the Royal Rumble 2000.
Yeah, Royal Rumble 2000, but with screens and everything. I fucking loved it. I love the stage. We need more.
And just like any proper Royal Rumble, we got a super long walkway.
Oh, loved it. So yeah, Chase Field, home of the Arizona Diamondbacks, by the way. I don't know if they noticed 5 zillion times. Noticed about that. I don't know if they told you about 5 zillion times, but the announced thing, 48,193, though that is being disputed on Wikipedia, but we'll have to check with the Meltzer. But, gotta get a bit of that Golden Crisp. That was a sponsor. They're in Phoenix as per usual, and the other shows were at the Talking Stick, but we don't need to tell you that. Cole, Corey, Renee, Tom, and Byron Saxstone, along with
Shut up, Saxton.
with Beth Phoenix for the Women's Rumble, and King, and let me get that air horn ready, because it ladies and gentlemen, it indeed made Ross Twiddell of Cultaholic.com very happy to say, it's John o'clock, mother! Alright, motherfucker, get in there! Oh, yeah. So King and JBL joined Corey and Cole for the men's rumble at the end of the evening. So that's the commentary crew. Vic Joseph and Nigel McGuinness and English were a part of the crew for the 205 Live. And I will say this, Aiden English has a future in that booth.
Hey, it didn't sound too bad.
He did not sound too bad. Give him some time to get used to it. You may have a permanent job if 205 Live Steve keeps going. I'll tell you that much. You okay there, Hairball? Was that Hairball? That was that you, T-Dub?
Yeah, my mic fell.
Whoops.
It's all good.
The pre-show, they had 2 announced matches and 1 unannounced match. They had Bobby Roode, Chad Gable. They defeated the team of Razar and Scott Dawson.
I'm not sure if you actually watched this match, Matty, but it was a nothing match, really.
It was I missed it, and I watched it, and I did not miss anything.
No, you really didn't. You really didn't miss anything.
I didn't miss it. I did not miss anything. I went 6:55, and why would they put Dawson and Razar together? I choose not to get it.
It's because Occam is injured.
Oh, really?
Yeah, he's going to be out for a few months.
And I guess they wanted to give Razar some semblance of a paycheck.
Yeah, they're like, you know what? We want to do something with him. So, hey, tag with Scott Dawson. And I guess Dawson eating the pin was the right decision because they didn't want Razor to lose.
I choose not to get it. I'm going to leave it at that. In the first advertised match, Shinsuke Nakamura and Rusev in the pre-show. Fuck. But Nakamura, he defeated Rusev to win back his United States Championship.
And he'll go on to have a significantly longer reign than last time.
I know we don't want to acknowledge the fact that R-Truth is a thing, but that unfortunately happened on Tuesday.
We'll get to my feelings on that in the third segment. I have many feelings.
I'm sure you do. I'm sure you do. But they did give us a good pre-show match to get the crowd sort of going. It was 10:15. The big story was Lana trying. Shinsuke Nakamura was fucking around with the turnbuckle, trying to. And Lana was like, he's cheating, and the referee, instead of doing his job, and it's like, hey, he's cheating. And it's like, and of course, Nakamura was like, what are you gonna do about it? And of course, he moved out of the way, and Rusev bumped her, and Lana had an ankle injury. This will be important later, ladies and gentlemen. And basically, Rusev took a knee to the back of the fucking head. Boma yay, motherfucker. Kinshasa, bitches. Uno, dos, tres. You got knocked the fuck out indeed. Shinsuke Nakamura, new U.S. champ. Good match, not the best, which is sad. But what really got the crowd going, and what still boggles my mind, is why the fuck is this still a pre-show thing? Cruiserweight title, 1205, Fatal 4-Way, Buddy Murphy defended against Akira Tozawa, Hideo Itami, and Kalisto. And for Hideo Itami, that may have been his last quote-unquote pay-per-view payday. We'll get to that in the third. 1205, excellent match from the 4.
It was absolutely excellent, and I was really pulling for Hideo to win because I wanted him to be successful finally, for something to go right. But instead, he ate the pin, which made me sad.
He ate the pin, which makes sense when you talk about the news later. But we will get to
Nevertheless, there was a lot of good good stuff, flippy, goody, good flippy stuffs.
Pretty much how to make Cornette lose his shit all in one match.
Yes, pretty much. And no, keep going. You got a thing.
At first I wondered myself, why wasn't this on the main card? But then after, actually sitting there and thinking about everything else that happened, all the other matches and all, I'm like,
They would
something
have been
was
lost
going
in
to
the shuffle.
Yeah.
They were at probably the best spot in the card for that match, which is sad, but at the same time, crowd got warmed up. They're ready to go. Job done, boys. Job done.
Mm-hmm.
Good hustle. Have some steak.
Yes. Yes. And on the main card proper, curtain jerker, Asuka and Becky Lynch. But they had a good one. SmackDown Women's Championship. 17-10. Asuka finished with the Asuka lock with a bridge.
No, she didn't do an Asuka lock. She did a cattle mutilation.
Oh, God, that's what it... Well, they called it an Asuka lock with a bridge, but... Good Lord, you're right. That was cattle mutilation.
Yeah, when you lock the arms and you do a flip over, that's cattle mutilation.
Now,
innovated
they can't
by Great
call it
Buddha.
that in PG WWE, so it was Asuka locked with a bridge. But, no, that's cattle mutilation. You are right.
Interestingly enough, in the video games, it is called cattle mutilation in, 2K19.
Because Daniel Bryan, but, yeah.
Yeah, first time I saw that movie was Great Muda back in the early 90s. You can see a match between him and Sting where he bust out that move.
Yeah.
And apparently that's where Daniel Bryan got the idea to use that.
And it makes sense. It totally does.
And you know what? If Daniel Bryan doesn't want to use that as his finisher, let Asuka use it.
Why not? It works. It's like the equivalent of when Kurt Angle drops down when he does the ankle lock and does the grapevine on your leg. You are fucked if that happens.
Yeah, and the only thing that surprised me about this was the fact that they actually had Becky Lynch tap out.
I'm amazed too. But then again, it's cattle mutilation. It's like you could pass out, but that's not going to be too comfortable. And considering the story and everything else with Lana and everything else, and considering that you're going into another Rumble, it kind of makes sense. Kind of.
And if nothing else, I will say this did make Asuka look like a star.
Yes,
Because
I think that was. This I think was the intended result, was to put over Asuka, and mission accomplished there.
Yeah, because Asuka, her initial victory at TLC had interference, so I believe she needed a clean win in order to cement her
And
championship.
this was as clean a whistle to a win you needed. So, the thumb is up. The thumb is up. And again, it makes sense in the grand scheme of things. But what does not make sense, ladies and gentlemen, it's 2019, and Shane McMahon is a champion in WWE.
What are you talking about? He's the best wrestler to ever exist on planet Earth. Are you mental?
I know you're trolling. I know you're hunting for Dave. You're not going to get him from me. Airball, don't acknowledge it either.
No.
They defeated the Bar, Sheamus and Cesaro to gain... In fairness, it was a good match. And the finish, Shane McMahon, who's about to push 50, shooting star press. And a beautiful one at that.
Yeah, my only real problem with this match was the fact that Shane got way too much offense in.
Yeah. That's my one gripe too.
Go ahead.
How could you not hate that?
I can't hate it. I can't hate that either. Shooting star press. I'm still pissed as Shane McMahon. I'm happy for the Miz, but God. But at the same time, I'm like, I can't hate on that shooting star press. That was a thing of beauty.
It does make Miz's dad look like a dick. Because apparently, all those accomplishments he had, from main eventing WrestleMania to winning all these other belts.
I mean, it's that WrestleMania, to be fair.
I know, but you think that winning the WWE title and defeating John Cena in the main event of WrestleMania, Dad, I make you proud now?
I want the belt of Shane McMahon. I'm proud of you, son. It's like, hey, Dad, we finished first. Not bad. Not bad.
No, you know who he is? His dad is Papa Titus.
Yes. And you got that reference, and I love you for it. Not bad. Confetti streamers and a banner. Yay! Next up, Ronda Rousey defeated Sasha Banks for the Raw Women's Championship, 13:55, and another great match, as a matter of fact. The Boss selling like a boss for Ronda. That was good.
That is generally what she is good at doing.
Yes.
Sasha is very good at the graps, as they say over in the kingdom that is united.
Mm-hmm. The sound is me opening up my can of Baja Blast, by the way.
Well, aren't you a happy chappy?
Yes. Yes, I am. And I can't have booze for another 27 days, so let me have this, damn it. Damns it.
If I can go years and years without alcohol, you can go for
I could go 28 days. I'm okay. Just let me have this, damn it. Anyway. That's good.
So I think the big story was what happened after the match, where Sasha Banks looked up.
She would shake her hand, and she would leave. Yeah, of course, Ronda, being a good sports person, lifts her up so she could let her out, and then she posed for the crowd, and she starts leaving. Sasha comes back, puts them and her hand cramps up in a fashion that reminds you of the Four Horsemen.
No.
I kind of wonder if when the WWE Four Horsewomen team up, if they're going to have like a remix of that theme song.
I don't know how to answer that one.
I wouldn't be surprised.
Because that is an awesome theme.
That is an awesome thing. So I wouldn't be surprised. Yeah. I mean, but it's like, I don't know how to answer that. Legitimately, I don't. Well, that's another story for another day. And speaking of championships, and speaking of what the fuck? Everything okay?
Yep. All is good in the hood.
All right, mop. Right. Speaking of Ronnie, Becky Lynch, the women's Royal Rumble. Becky Lynch is the winner and went 1 hour 12 minutes even. And let's see. I'm going to get some stats here. Natalia and Ember Moon were the Iron Women, and so was Charlotte. They all went above the 50. They were the only three women to win over half an hour. Charlotte was in third with 50 minutes, 1 second. Ember Moon, she lasted 52:23. Natalia is a new benchmark for women's rumbles, 56:01. The entrants were as follows. Natalia was number 2, so that definitely explains why she lasted as long. Lacey Evans was number 1. She did a little bit of performance issues, a little bit of anxiety maybe, a little bit of nerves.
Yeah, this is her first performance on the main roster.
Yeah, and you could tell she was a little nervous. The kip-up attempts were not as good, unfortunately. But she did okay, and the promo was fine. She does look, she's working the gimmick. If nothing else, she works her gimmick. That might save her for later. In order of entrance from 1 to 30, Lacey Evans, Natalia, Mandy Rose, Liv Morgan, Mickie James, Ember Moon, Billie Kay, Nikki Cross, good showing, Peyton Royce, Tamina, Xia Li, awesome, Sarah Logan, Charlotte Flair, number 13, Kairi Sane, love that fucking elbow, Maria Kanellis, Naomi, Candice LeRae, Alicia Fox, Kasey Catanzaro with the Kofi Kingston spot of the night. Love that. Zelina Vega coming out as Vega. Gamer Girl, the thumb is up. Also, Hornswoggle. Folks.
Why?
Quick story about that. We're having a call, and we we forgone took riffs to watch the Royal Rumble. Easy, I was the breaking vote for it. He wanted to watch us. Oh, what the fuck? We're curious. And John joins us for the party. So does Bio and a couple other friends, and we watched the thing. And just when you thought it was safe, Zelina Vega does the Jerry Lawler, goes under the ring. It's a perfectly good strategy. She's having a fun. She pops her head off. Hornswoggle. Wait, Hornswoggle! Ladies and gentlemen, the Shades. He raged for a good 5 minutes.
I didn't get the rages about. Hornswoggle was there for 2 minutes.
Yeah, I know.
I've seen Hornswoggle wrestle live. He's good.
He's not bad. It's like in WWE. It just, I guess people are allergic to WWE version of Hornswoggle. Swoggle in the Fed in the indie scene, he's cool. In the Fed, not so much.
I didn't see anything he did wrong here. It was a big.
He didn't do anything wrong. It was a comedy spot, and I was laughing my ass off. And the Shades raging over Hornswoggle showing up. That just made it even sweeter for me. I'm sorry, Shades. That's just the truth.
Now, was this rage like the night that the streak was broken rage?
No. Not that. Not that type of rage. Thankfully.
Yeah.
More like he was selling it. I was like, oh god.
and you know what?
The kind of rage where it's like he's not that pissed off, but it's still like, what the fuck? And
you know what this was, right?
Cameo.
Well, no, the whole thing with Shades' reaction making it even better for you.
What was it?
This was like y'all's roles flipped a couple of weeks ago over that one song meme.
God! That's
King
what it
of Kings
was. That's what it was. It was Common Writer Banana. Yeah, that kind of rage. Yeah. Oh, God damn it.
Because the whole Hornswoggle ties into a later entrance. We had Ruby Riott at 21.
Ruby Riott at 21. Dana Brooke, let me finish. Let me finish it up. I just wanted to bring that up because that was a worthy thing. 21 was Ruby Riott. We continue with Ruby Riott at 21. Dana Brooke, Io Shirai with a great showing. Rhea Ripley from NXT UK. The thumb is up there. Sonya Deville, Alexa Bliss, Bayley, Becky Lynch, Nia Jax, and Carmella. Now with Becky Lynch. That was supposed to be Lana's spot. And then, well, Lana was injured. She was selling her injury for a good long while, and Finlay was there. Becky came out and said, let me go in there. Let me go in there. And Finlay went, fine, go. And they hit her music. So, officially, Becky Lynch was number 28. Or unofficially, it was Lana, but they worked out. I think they worked in Lana saying, okay, go. I can't go, so go. So, there you go.
And when Becky entered the ring, she got a great reaction and eventually came down to Becky Lynch, Nia Jax, and Charlotte. And when Becky eliminated Nia Jax, Becky was on the step celebrating, and then Nia just shoved her off, and then Becky started selling one of her legs. And then it took a while, but she eventually got in the ring. And then Charlotte went full-on heel.
Yep, pretty much.
Which just helped get that great reaction when Becky eventually won.
Oh, that just helped it. It didn't need it, but it fucking helped it.
And someone was actually recording like a bar's reaction to it, like
from Ireland. Yeah,
they went nuts when Becky won.
They did. Oh, good Lord, they did. I believe the tweet was retweeted by Becky herself, as a matter of fact, if I remember correctly.
Oh, nice.
Yeah. I think that's how I heard of that, actually, was Becky Lynch retweeting it.
So, yeah, overall, I gotta say this is a pretty great Rumble. The only problem with it is that eliminations did take some time before they started because
Yeah, they went 112, and the other one was under an hour. Actually, was if I get that 57:35. So
yeah, my only problem was they could have sped up some of the eliminations
a little bit.
But at the very least, everyone got to put in something, and everyone got their moment to shine.
Pretty much.
And with the exception of Liv Morgan.
Yeah, Liv Morgan had that one spot, the warrior, the warlord spot.
Yeah.
Sadly, warlord is what I meant, not warrior. If you don't know who the warlord is, don't worry. Just watch OSW. They will inform you of said escapades.
At this point, can we start calling it the Santino spot?
I mean, it's traditionally known as the Warlord spot, but yeah, the Santino spot.
Yeah.
Same difference. Santino does have the record, to be fair. So
yeah, Santino has the record, and I think it might be a bit more relevant, I guess? Question mark?
Definitely. I mean, it's known as the Warlord spot because it's been that for ages because of the record, so it's a point of reference no matter what. But the short time record, obviously.
Yeah, it did take a long time before Santino broke the record.
Yeah.
With literally 1 second.
Yeah.
And
then with all that reaction, we got to move on, man. With all that reaction, all that positive vibes, what do they do to follow that? They put Bryan V. Styles in the dead spot. Those poor bastards.
Yeah, I think the problem was I don't think the crowd was going to get into a technical scientific wrestling match.
After that beautiful after that wonderful piece of awesome reaction, it was going to be a hard sell. And those guys had a good match. They had a good, well-built match. They had the right attention. They knew they'd have to let people cool down. So a slower pace match was technically a good idea. Like on paper, solid idea and execution. The crowd just wanted to okay, move on. Thank you for the match. The good news is Bryan retained, and he gave us a wonderful surprise, which we'll discuss in the third, obviously.
Well, the one surprise we got in this pay-per-view was the return of Rowan
as the heater for Bryan. What it is, folks. I'm okay with that. I'm just gonna put it. Whatever. I'm okay. I'm okay with that. He's a heel. Let him be a heel. If he wants a heater, if they want a heater on him, go more heel heat. More heel heat. I'm okay with that.
And maybe once Harper returns from injury, he'll join them as well.
It only makes sense. Straight edge society, but vegan style. But what does hey Vince, what does Rowan eat? He eats beef. But it's eco-friendly beef.
I don't think that exists.
Well, there is such a thing as sustainable fish farming. I know that. But moving on. Forget that hole. Let's dig another one. Brock Lesnar defended against Finn Balor by submission. Yeah, a Kimura lock. Went 840 for the Universal title. Finn had a good showing. Mattis argues that had this match happened last year, he would not have gotten any offense. I argue Brock Lesnar is still Universal Champion. Nothing of value has changed.
I will say this is easily the most vulnerable he's looked as of late.
Definitely. The fact that they worked a spot where Brock was actually selling his abdomen because of a table bump, smart move and a great way to build up that coup de grace. Awesome. Man. For 840, great match.
Yeah.
Go ahead, Airball.
And to be fair, as much as I've disagreed with Mattis lately a lot, he's not exactly wrong about what he said about the whole, if this had been last year, that Finn would have gotten jack shit in.
Knowing that Brock Lesnar wanted to work with Finn Balor in the first place, I have to respectfully disagree. I think we would have gone the same type of match we had regardless. But that's just me.
Yeah, but my only problem was afterwards Brock stopped selling the abdomen.
Yeah, I then just F5 the shit out of Finn because, well, I gotta get my 6 suplexes in. And my 10,000 F5s. Yeah.
Hopefully, by this time next year, Finn will still be around the main event scene.
One can hope. But speaking of main events, there you go. The men's Royal Rumble. Seth Rollins, the eventual winner, eliminated Braun Strowman, and I think was actually a pretty creative spot for what it was, because it was still the pull over the big dude over the spot, but the curb stomp got into effect. I'm like, okay, you know what? Fair enough. Creative use of a overused trope over the last few years.
Yeah, I thought they were going to do the whole Benoit Big Show ending. Yeah,
it was the Benoit Big Show ending, which was kind of getting overused the last few Rumbles, but the way they manufactured a way to enter the curb stomp into the actual finish of the match. That's awesome.
Of course, if we can just go over the entrance really, really quickly.
Yeah, I'm going to go some stats for you. Seth Rollins, he went the longest, actually, 43:26. Mustafa Ali was 30 minutes solid. Samoa Joe was 23:43. And Andrade and Drew McIntyre round off the top 5, going over 20 minutes, with McIntyre just 6 seconds over. Let's see. Order of eliminations. Who had the most eliminations? Braun Strowman with 5. And that's about it. Who had the lowest time? No Way Jose lasted 2 seconds.
Almost made it.
But thankfully no. Just a simple, hey, let's dance till we get my ass kicked by Drew McIntyre. Speaking of which, ladies and gentlemen, the entrance. Oh, good lord. Before we do the rest of it, we got to talk about the first two entrants, because I thought it was a fucking genius way to get it done. Elias was number 1 because he had to get his song in. When then, all of a sudden, entrant number 2, listen up, slap nuts. The one big surprise, celebrity return thing, Double J, Jeff Jarrett. Ladies and gentlemen, the call marked out. That's all I'm going to say. Oh. I'm just happy in my head place is what I'm trying to say.
What made me happy was this was a let's go.
Yes. The best way to do a squash in the Royal Rumble. But and then on Monday, listen up, slap nuts.
When he said that Monday, I marked right the fuck out.
Same. Like the minute Elias starts to sing, Jarrett comes out. Listen up, slap nuts. Yes.
I was like, yes.
And yes, I did watch the entirety of Monday Night Raw. I did it alone because I didn't want to bother anybody else waking up and everything else, that stuff. I was just curious enough, and I said, you know what, that was cool. Let's not do it again. I was like, I am not going to push my luck with another 3-hour marathon of Drek. I know where this goes. But back to the thing. The entrants were obviously Elias and from 1 to 30. Elias and Jeff Jarrett. Number 3 was Shinsuke Nakamura, Kurt Angle, Big E, Johnny Gargano. Love to get, but one thing I forgot to mention, love the gear. Dark Phoenix. Awesome. Jinder Mahal, Samoa Joe, Kurt Hawkins, Seth Rollins was number 10, for those wondering. Titus O'Neil, who had an awesome under the ring spot. They had to reference the slide in some capacity. Kofi Kingston, who had a couple of decent escapes from elimination, I found. Not the most creative way, but good nonetheless. Mustafa Ali Career performance there. Dean Ambrose, No Way Jose, Drew McIntyre, Xavier Woods, who helped out with Kofi in the second portion of the elimination part. Pete Dunne, who was snapping fingers harder than Marty Scurll, by the way. Andrade Cien Almas, Apollo Crews, Aleister Black, Shelton Benjamin, yes, he's still alive. Baron Corbin, yes, the fucker's still alive. Jeff Hardy, Rey Mysterio, who actually got a good pop. Bobby Lashley, Braun Strowman, Dolph Ziggler, Randall Keith Orton, and R-Truth. Oh, wait, he didn't make it because Nia Jax happened. Oh.
And reportedly, she kind of injured R-Truth a little bit, hurt him a little bit.
A little harder than intended, and she got some heat for it, obviously.
I've never heard anyone in my life get heat with R-Truth ever.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, first time for everything, I guess.
I don't think there's a more likable wrestler than R-Truth.
Yeah. And Nia Jax heard him by accident, I'm fairly certain.
Yeah.
Like, even Vince McMahon loves R-Truth.
Yeah.
And Vince McMahon hates everyone. That isn't Gary Stridham.
Wow. Anyway. But yeah, so yeah, for those wondering about the Nia Jax thing, I was not surprised to find out the stink the next night. I called it in the Skype call, by the way, for those who were Mike Shell. I don't know if he's in the call or not, but Mike was in the call. I don't know if he's in the chat or not, but Mike can attest to this. I said, you watch, there's going to be a shitstorm over Nia Jax showing up and taking an RKO and a super kick and 619 because it's a woman. You're beating a woman in 2019. Folks, to put it lightly, Nia Jax is a power lifter. Plus size model, but she's a power lifter. She can take it on the fucking chin.
Also, do not show any of these people the guerrilla warfare match between the world's cutest tag team and the Young Bucks.
No, good lord. Don't show Kenny Omega versus that great schooler exhibition match. Don't show anything featuring the two-man power trip and Lita, really, when you think about it. Don't show Vince McMahon talking about making Trish Stratus bark like a dog. That they're gonna.
That was just bad.
That was just bad, but still another example.
Nevertheless, overall, this was a really good Rumble. Although, much like other people, I can't help but prefer the women's one. Maybe it's because it just had a more climactic ending.
I think this one was more. Let's go through the motions and. Yes, we are planning, but the crowd reacted appropriately. That it was still a good Rumble, and the right guy won. In all fairness,
I can't have any complaints about the winner.
I'm not gonna. I think this was they were going for the motions, and let's just talk about the future, the present and future of WB. That's the theme of the two Rumbles, from what I gather, because they got the one legend cameo out of the way, and the other surprises were NXT guys.
And it's the same thing with the Women's Rumble, where didn't even have a legend.
They were just focusing on the present and future.
And I think that's fantastic, where you're giving people teases of what's going to be coming down the pipeline in the following years.
I think with the theme of with the theme of what they're trying to say, we're trying to change things up, and this was smart from them.
I hope they continue with this theme.
Yes, I am okay with this.
I agree. I have to say this was probably one of the best main roster pay-per-views I've watched in a good little while.
This was a much needed positive main roster pay-per-view. I think they needed the Rumble to be a success critically, and they got that win. That is for sure. I mean, Heck, Brian versus AJ was a wet fart, but unfortunately the crowd, technically nothing wrong on paper, just the crowd just could not care.
Wasn't that? Yeah.
The crowd was like spent. They needed to be recharged.
They needed a piss break.
Unfortunately, yeah, that's what it is. Yeah. And by the way, according to Dave Meltzer, the amount was the attendance was a little bit over 40,000, but not the purported 43,000. That's why it's disputed. They're calling 48, 193. People are calling bullshit on.
Is it time to rate the pay-per-views?
Sorry. Yeah, let's talk about the rating of the pay-per-views.
I give TakeOver a 4 out of 5, and the Royal Rumble a 3.75 out of 5.
Hairball?
I can't argue with what T-Dub said. I'll say the same thing.
That's actually we're spot on. I think that's a sweep. 4 out of 5 for the TakeOver. Not the greatest, but still a solid evening and a great way to start your wrestling weekend. And the Rumble delivered. It obviously a couple of wet farts here and there, and a couple of things here and there. Let's not talk about the false advertising that was Braun v. Lesnar and John Cena to be involved, but sensible booking and just a solid crowd pretty much the entire night. And 3.75. That's just about where I stand on that as well. I think the thing that would have made it a 4 would have been a crowd that would have maybe picked up on Brian and AJ, but I think once they figured, hey, we're not going to get this crowd back, let's just get to the finish and let's get them back for the last few minutes and we'll get out of here. And thankfully the crowd was back, but it was too late, unfortunately, for that match. But nonetheless, solid performances all around. Everyone gets a cookie. Everyone gets a cookie. And let's see, where are we going here next? Let's see. I believe, gentlemen, it is indeed time for that thing I'm supposed to say. Is it time? It's time. For your emails and comments of the week, you can send them at the Wrestle-Cast at gmail.com. I will be at Femme Fatale 21, as a matter of fact, at the St. Anthony's Banquet Hall in Ottawa, Ontario. It'll be February 22nd. I know it's a little early, but I'm hyped. Lufisto is in this, and I am a fan of Lufisto. Let me get you a full card, and I can tell you exactly what to expect, because they got Allison Kay. That might be a name you might think of, and yet that is exactly what you think it is. Let me just... I'm trying to find a thing. There we go. I'm on Facebook. Work with me, damn it. Work with me, Facebook. God damn it. There we go.
Facebook's been shitty for you today, too, huh?
Barely. Yeah, so main event is Mercedes Martinez versus Kimberly. A couple of names that might be familiar. Nicole Matthews versus Nicole Savoy. Nevaeh, Chris Statlander, and Samantha Heights in a triple threat. Allison Kay versus Lufisto. Jessica Havoc versus Penelope Ford. Yes, that Penelope Ford. Kasey Spinelli and Veda Scott versus Alexia Nicole, and Willow Nightingale. And Vanessa Craven will be in attendance. February 2nd, 8 p.m. to 9. The doors open at 6:30 with the meet and greet starting at that particular time. The bell time is 8 p.m. I will be there in attendance at ringside. And I'll more than likely be wearing my AEW hat. Because of course.
Oh, well, couple of things. One, at least you probably don't have to worry about being forced to take the hat off.
That's very true.
2, you're not going to get drunk and beg somebody to beat your ass again, are you?
Well, that's not going to happen.
Okay. Well, we're good.
I can't even drink for the next... I'm not even going to drink in the next 28 days, so I think I'm safe in the not getting drunk department.
Oh, okay. Well, okay then. Then we don't have to worry about it.
Sarah Del Rey, ladies and gentlemen. I've explained that story long enough. I might explain it again if people bug me about enough about it, but and that's another day. We got 2 emails. Speaking of which, the first one is from a person that will remain anonymous. It says, "Hey guys, happy 2019, and why is Takeover better? Always fun and all, because it is." About the Royal Rumble, long story short, Seth wins and Becky lost the championship match, but she won the Rumble. And now it's time to play How Long Till WWE Fucks It Up. I don't think they're good. I don't think they're gonna have to fuck up colossally to fuck that up. D might leave the E, and Hideo Itami is dead, but Kenta is back just like Pac. That's very true. And yeah, he might leave. He is leaving. Yeah, I don't think there's any more disputing there. Let's see, who is bugging me on Skype here? Ah, there we go. J-Dub is just saying BRB. Let's see.
All right, I'm back.
There we go. Sorry about that. My winner, the email says to Samoa Joe, why is he not WWE champion? That was a very good question. Becky for being our senpai, and TWK for killing the joke. See the TWK Let's Play of Life is Strange.
Yes,
He killed the joke. He killed the handicap joke.
Yes.
He did. You indeed do that. Did indeed do that.
So there you go. Eat it, Bobbert.
How long till they fuck it up? Not even 24 hours. Why? 2 words. Triple threat.
You know, they could. I'm not even going to count that as a fuck up, because here's the thing. I know for a fact that I think someone promised Charlotte the main event of Mania. And let's be fair here. The only way they could fuck up a triple threat with Charlotte, Rousey, and Becky is that they put Carmella in there for no fucking reason.
FABOLOUS, years on Formula, Tommy no money.
Dave!
Thank you.
I think that's my first one of the year.
First one. Hey, ladies and gentlemen, our first Dave of the year. Hey!
Marking February 1st, 2019.
A whole month without a Dave, by the way. I'm proud of you, T-Dub.
He's learning.
Maybe not learning, probably just a lot of stuff happened and we didn't have the time to grab ass and be a dick.
Yeah.
You know,
no time for him to channel his inner biohybrids.
Yeah.
Got to work in a bioburn.
We got to work in a biohybrid roast somewhere in there. Also apparently Rowan is a fan of Ailstorm, huh?
Yeah, because the t-shirt wore on SmackDown was an Ailstorm shirt.
That's very true.
Kill all the filthy lead, I'm gonna take you down to the next below. Make the bastard walk a plank with a bottle of rum and a yo-ho-ho.
The thumb is up. The thumb is up. First game of the year, and first game of the year directly thanks to Carmella. Yeah, how about that, huh? Becky for being simple, and me for going to Ring of Honor in New Japan's the G1 special at MSG at Madison Square Garden. So I am going to take over Brooklyn 5, WrestleMania 35, and Menace MSG. Now that's a fucking weekend right there. MSG Takeover Mania 35. Dress warmly for that big outdoor show, by the way.
Speaking of Ring of Honor, they are like 45 minutes away from my house this weekend, and I'm nowhere near home.
Oh, you poor bastard.
Oh, no.
You know, like, I've talked about this. I don't know if I've brought this public, where the idea of I'm probably not going to go to Ranger Stop because, well, let's put it this way. No offense to you folks in the States, but your president's fucking crazy.
Or hello.
Yeah. And while the shutdown didn't affect travel too much, it did shut down a couple of airports, though. And I'm afraid that I'm going to travel legally, all the legal ways and everything else. I'll be fine. 2 days later, Trump gets a wild hair up his ass, and he wants to rent all Canadians that are in here. No fucking matter. That's a legit fear I have now. So for those wondering why I'm not, I was not rushing to get tickets to WrestleMania. No, I didn't want to. I didn't want to freeze my ass off. And two, you're president. Though I will say this: Ranger Stop happens to have a new venue, and they're promising big things. I will say this: if they get a guest that has myself, Easy, and the Shades marking the fuck out, I'm only one man. I can only have so much resistance. Not gonna lie. Though, I will say this. This time next year, they have Awesome Games Done Quick. They're in Orlando. I know for a fact the Shades and Ace plan to go and are wanting to go. I will say this. I kind of want to go too. Actually, come to think of it, how weird would it be if they did that show at the same venue as Ranger Stop this coming year? That's another thought for another day, though. So, yay me, he says, yay you, enjoy those 3 shows, sir or madam. Loser, this weather, amen to that, brother or sister. My Nintendo Switch for not playing an online game now. Because you don't have, I actually got Nintendo Online now, so probably premature because I still got to unlock a shitload of characters, but I get the feeling.
Thankfully, it's super cheap, so there's that.
Like I went for the 3-month deal, like $9.99 for like 3 months. I am okay with that, actually. And one guy that keeps making page, life's hell. I don't know why. And if that's it, see you guys at the Elimination Chamber, and happy Black History Month, guys. All right. Thank you very much to that anonymous person. And next up, it's our good... You know who it is, T-Dub. You know who it is.
Yes, I do. I think I know who it is. It is...
Yes, sir.
I would never be able to do this for the simple fact of a couple of weeks ago I had to do a random drug test that included a breathalyzer, and that was way longer than how long you had to blow into the breathalyzer machine, and I struggled to make the end of that.
Oof. Now, you and I both, I had to run to catch my the first bus home, and I was winded for 5 minutes, so I need to lose some weight, sadly. And Evil Reverend, that is not the, I can tell you that is not the reason why, but to explain it would, well, let's not get into it. Let's just put it that way. There is a reason why that particular emailer is anonymous, and that is all I'm going to say to that. Hello, Wrestle-Caster, says Fernando Otaku. And though that my birthday week would be... And I thought my birthday week would be terrible. It was on January 29th. I was spoiled. Not only did we get This Week in Wrestling... Fat Maga, you better not say shit either. Wait, what? Hairball, what does Lord Popo got against you now?
Hell if I know. Apparently I pissed people off without even trying. You know, I'm still trying to figure out what the fuck I did to get.
Yeah, I'm wondering too now.
On Twitter.
Okay.
I still haven't figured out how I got blocked by him or why.
Wait, Lord Popo blocked you on Twitter?
No. I'm still trying to figure out. Apparently, I wake up and piss people off just by waking up. I don't know.
Fair enough. I'm not taking it that seriously. Just for those wondering, hey, it's like, you know, I know it's a joke, but for some people it isn't. There, Evil Reverend, don't take that too seriously. Just for the record. I was spoiled. Not only we get This Week in Wrestling was good overall, I got Resident Evil 2 remake on PC, and oh my god, I got killed on the prologue stage on hardcore difficulty. The salt was real. I could believe it. Still, thanks to my brother for this awesome gift. Now on to this week. Takeover Phoenix. DIY rules over NXT. Not only did Ciampa dispose of Aleister Black to retain the NXT World Title, Gargano is the new North American champion, and both matches were amazing, obviously. Also, congrats to War Raiders for winning the NXT Tag Belts. Other than that, Bianca Belair's defeat. Outside of Bianca Belair's defeat, it was a great to the end. All matches were good to great. 4.5 out of 5 he gives it.
Hey,
Uh-huh.
As soon as I saw the cockiness that she was given before that match, I'm like, yep, she's losing. But, no, Asuka, you are not.
No, but she's got a swagger that I like. I'm not gonna lie. And Popo was talking about the anonymous person. So Fat Maggot, you better not say anything. You say shit either. It's like, he wasn't gonna say anything. And for all I know, it was not Hairball. He's over here anyways. Rumble 2019, let's make it short. 7 hours. That's WrestleMania levels of endurance. And I skipped most of the bland moments. That's a major issue I have with this show. It went too long and people got bored and drained after the first Rumble match. I feel bad for people who got to work after that pay-per-view. I can only imagine people in the UK. Because they had to start the show at what? 10 o'clock? Something like that for the pre-show?
Yeah, somewhere around there.
That's 7 hours. That's a full night's sleep gone.
How's that different from us watching Wrestle Kingdom?
Well,
Wrestle Kingdom was shorter this year, I should say.
Also,
I'll give you that. But the whole time difference and all.
I know, but let's be honest. 7 hours is clearly too much.
Also, I've never watched Wrestle Kingdom live.
Me neither. I would love to attempt it, but it's like
Wait.
January 4th was on a work day, for God's sakes.
Wait. You mean I've actually done something wrestling related that you two jabronis haven't?
You actually watched it live?
Not this last year. I think it was 9.
Oh, awesome.
I think.
Yeah, that was the first one to ever broadcast in English. Awesome. No, for me, actually, I could say this. I have not watched Wrestle Kingdom live. I have watched, I think it was Dominion, not last year, but the year before. It was one of the Japan shows, and I was crazy enough and I had the Wii U that helped broadcast everything, so I was like, you know what, fuck it, turn the thing on, watch the pay-per-view.
Yeah, I don't think I could ever step that long.
I did, and it's kudos to those who do it all the time, because that is a marathon, right? That is a test.
No, not 9.
10? Anyway, let's move on here. Let's not. So about the pay-per-view itself, he says. Loved Asuka versus Becky Lynch for the SmackDown Women's title. Feel bad for the Bar to lose to Miz and Shane, of all people. The female Rumble match, it was great, and the right person won, although I didn't appreciate the cameo of Hornswoggle, of all people. Bryan v. Styles was great, but the crowd was dead after the first Rumble. Welcome back to Eric Rowan. He's still alive? Rossi v. Banks was good, and to my surprise, it was a pinfall with her Piper's Pit. Called it the Rowdy Go Round. He calls it the Rowdy Go Round, but it's called Piper's Pit, which you know what? Let her. Hey, Roddy Piper's her favorite wrestler, for God's sakes. Let her have it, for God's sakes. Lesnar v. Balor was solid, but Lesnar retains. Again, drop the belt already. Men's Rumble, it was good, despite the inclusion of Nia Jax, of all people, who battered R-Truth IRL. Yup, like always, she's unsafe as fuck. The price of it, a super kick, 619, and RKO in succession. Thank goodness for the winner was Seth Rollins. And judging for what happened on Raw, it was for the best. 3.5 out of 5 too long, and the dead crowd didn't help it during the middle of the show. Winners, Zelina Vega, dressed as Vega, a.k.a. Balrog, a.k.a. Claw from Street Fighter. And how ironic that during her birthday, January 27th, the thumb is up there. More reason to love her. Johnny Gargano versus War Raider, and Johnny Gargano and War Raiders for winning their respective belts in great matches at TakeOver. Becky Lynch and Seth Rollins for winning their respective Royal Rumble matches. Can't pick better winners than that. The new eco-friendly WWE Championship belt that Bryan showcased on SmackDown Live this week. Love it. Jack Swagger for his first Bellator match and win. And looking at jacked as hell, yet a better performance than CM Punk at UFC. Ouch. Because it's true. Also,
Roshi?
Yeah. Also, someone's playing something in the background, and I could clearly hear it.
I forgot to turn my mic off. Sorry about that.
Oh, that's okay. Just, but yeah.
Gonna need a sensu for that one.
Definitely agree on the sensu bean. Losers, Ember Rose being injured again. Hope she gets better. Ember Rose? Don't you mean Ember Moon? Who's Amber Rose? That's what I'm asking. Being injured again. Hope she gets better before WrestleMania 35. Nia Jax injuring R-Truth during the Rumble. She apparently legitimately hurt his ankle and face during the attack. Remind me why she still gets pushes. Speaking of R-Truth, he wins the U.S. belt, then Rusev turns heel for no reason. And then he teams up with the man who injured his wife? What the fuck? Oh, what the fuck? I don't have to drop. Mildred has it. The departure of Hideo Itami and the future release of Dean Ambrose from WWE, can't blame them since they were wasted and underutilized. And Priscilla Kelly, a.k.a. Tampon Woman, throwing up all over wrestler during an IG intergender match at the Ultimate Bar Brawl in Atlanta. Just what the fuck? Another explosion. Bar match. That should explain everything. And I'm going to give you a mini rant on that, by the way. If you're reacting, you're a mark. You're giving her what she wants. If you don't like it, don't talk about it, folks. That's it. Enjoy the weekend, and hope to see you soon. Well, probably that next week if it's anything to it. Okay, what's going on? Evil Reverend. Smacks. Strong.
Jake Strong, the Savage.
Gotcha. Because when I hear strong, I feel think Walter, which, we'll talk about that. Believe you me. We will talk about that.
We even have a visual aid for that, don't we?
We have. Yeah, thanks to the hairball. He provided a picture. We'll talk about that after I say those. We're your emails and comments of the week. You can send them to the Wrestle-Cast at gmail.com. Folks, we'll talk about that poor chest. And some news. Also that. When we come back, do not go too far.
And now a word from our sponsors.
Ladies and gentlemen, Elias.
Hello, I am Elias. And now before I begin, please silence your cell phones and hold your applause until after I am done. Because I have one question for everybody here. Who wants to count with Elias? 1, 2, 3, we walk and count along with me. Yeah.
You're absurd when you're hungry.
Snickers satisfies.
Promotional consideration paid for by the following.
Hello, wrestling fans. Colt Cabana coming to you live from the 1 Hour Tease Arena in beautiful Chicago, Illinois. The pro wrestling action has been great so far. As you can see, Joey really dominating the ring so far. There's a beautiful belly-to-back suplex. And uh-oh. Looks like Joey's shirt has been ripped.
What's up with that? You ripped my shirt.
Let's go check an instant replay, see exactly what happened. There you can see Joey's shirt ripped from the collar, and that's not good when you're trying to wear your pro wrestling t-shirt.
Man, you ripped my shirt. It's my only shirt. Joey.
Hey, looks like Ryan from 1 Hour Tees just threw Joey Ryan a brand new t-shirt.
Thanks, Pro Wrestling Tees.
ProWrestlingTees.com, over 3,000 wrestling t-shirts designed and sold by pro wrestlers. Wrestlers such as Steve Austin, CM Punk, Macho Man, Mick Foley, DDP, Andre the Giant, Jake the Snake, Hacksaw, Jim Duggan, Scott Hall, Ted DiBiase, Colt Cabana, Joey Ryan, Cliff Compton, and the entire Bullet Club. All stores owned by pro wrestlers. Support pro wrestling today and visit ProWrestlingTees.com.
This is WMOB, Mobile, 12 on your channel dial and 12 in the TV ratings.
I always believed in you. I was the guy by your side that whole time. And we promised to come up to WWE and take over. Together, he tried to stop us.
What are you gonna go down the brother route? Talk about the brother you stabbed in the back on the same night your other brother told the world he was fighting leukemia again? Is that where you're going with this?
I'm sorry, but this conversation doesn't concern you.
Everything in this ring concerns me.
You've changed, man. Look at this guy. Look at you hanging out with this guy. You are a pure kiss ass. So go ahead, man. Go on to headline WrestleMania. I hope you beat Brock Lesnar, or I hope you beat Daniel Bryan. I hope you do. We both know the one guy who's always had your number, the one guy who you've never been able to beat fair and square, the one guy you've never been able to beat without Corporate Kane or J&J or this guy's help, and that's me. So what about it, Chuckles? I heard you got some stroke around here, so why don't you make this match for right now, Seth Rollins versus Dean Ambrose. Oh, what's the matter? Do you have to ask permission from your father-in-law first?
Back here on the Wrestle-Cast, presented by RVAT Entertainment on BrokenInfinite.com, Podomatic.com, iTunes, podcasting places, live on Twitch.tv/RVAT Entertainment. Matty Jay and TWK and the Hairball, the broken one, the broken brother bowl, if you will. Joining us from his undisclosed truck stop location in Virginia.
Yes.
And if everything had just ended, if this show aired Monday night at midnight, all three of us would be tired as fuck. But we'd be talking about, Lesnar v. Rollins, Becky v. Ronda, and we'd be talking about the potential idea of Dean Ambrose versus Triple H, because goddamn that stare down when Ambrose went, "What's the matter? You need your father-in-law's permission to do a match?" Whew. God damn. The salt, ladies and gentlemen. It was there. But, as you may have heard, the rest of the week happened. And then we found out Jon Moxley wants to fucking quit. Actually, not even that. contract's pretty much expired. He's done after April.
Yeah, contract is expiring in April, and he doesn't want to sign up. And apparently, according to Pro Wrestling Torch, I believe, is the ones who broke this.
A lot of sources, yeah.
WWE is apparently now trying to lock down multiple people to multi-year contracts now, going up to anyone who's got contracts up within the following year and just trying to lock them down.
Basically just trying to lock down anyone that might be interested in staying at all because, I'm wearing the hat with the logo AEW on it. That might have something to do with it. I'm telling you, whatever AEW winds up being, the effect is there. But that's another story for another day. Of
course, Ambrose isn't the only one leaving. Tommy was apparently granted his release this week.
Yeah, this is one of those things where last week we were talking about the Revival and the Canellises, the Canellisai, as Russell Talk, as Ollie Davis put it. And the first thought of me is, okay, those people may or may not have been granted a release. Ambrose, you can't do much here. He's fucking done. And when there was a video that I saw earlier today that it illuminated a lot of the reasons why there's nothing changing his mind now. Obviously, you hear about him being sick of doing hokey shit and his heel run turning from interested, if only slightly uncomfortable, to just straight up hokey. And I look at that and I'm like, yeah, way to fuck up a run right there.
Yeah, I would say it felt like every other heel under the sun. It took away any uniqueness he had.
And he had a lot of uniqueness. That's what's scary about it.
Yeah, it felt like a legitimately personal feud between two guys about a very specific situation, and then WWE just turned it into a generic good guy versus bad guy who doesn't like the crowd storyline.
Which is the wrongest thing to do in this case, sadly. And, well, Dean Ambrose, he didn't like it. He said, you could take this job come April, May, you could take this job and stuff it. And with the Tommy, there's going to be that 90-day deal. And with the Tommy, wasted potential and the 205 Live thing, I think everyone saw that this was not going anywhere. He just said, listen, I'm just going to go back to Japan, which is fair. And for those wondering, he's going to go to New Japan, I was like, I'm kind of getting the feeling, and by the way, I'm going to go back to Dean Ambrose in a bit. I just want to get this thought out of my head. I get the feeling Kenta is more of a pro wrestling Noah guy.
Well,
kind of like a very loyal, kind of like what Pac is to Dragon Gate, because his first wrestling appearance for Pac was Dragon Gate. I get the feeling Kenta's coming back to Noah before he does anything else.
Yeah, most definitely. That is where he made his name. That's where he was brought up in wrestling. So it would make 100% sense that he would go to Pro Wrestling Noah. Now, and it wouldn't surprise me if that's also where he stayed.
Yeah, I think at this point he's coming back to Noah. Though if I see him in New Japan, it will be a nice surprise. But we'll see. But I don't see Kenta going to AEW anytime soon. Well, he might, but I don't see it happening anytime soon. I think the fact that he just wants to go back to Japan, I'm completely behind. Now, when it comes to Dean Ambrose, to Jon Moxley, and by the way, I am fucking furious that I didn't get shitless by L7. Because that was the original plan, 8-bit version of Jon Moxley's CZW theme. L7's got some 8-bit stuff in there. But nothing that says shit list. No 8-bit shit list. By the way, that is the actual name of the song.
Yeah, it's also one of CM Punk's old themes.
Yeah.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised if, Mox at least made one appearance in CZW or Evolve. I guess he wouldn't go to Evolve because it's WWE now.
Yeah, I think that would make it a little difficult. I could kind of see Dean going to Dragon Gate, actually.
Possibly. You could also, like I said, CZW, since, that's where he also made his name.
Yeah, CZW. I could kind of see him going to Ring of Honor. Maybe
I guess.
Maybe AEW, but consider me shocked if it does. Legitimately shocked if it does happen.
Now then, getting to the other news of the week.
Yes.
On this week's SmackDown, we had a new United States Champion crown.
And by the way, let me just
R-Truth.
R-Truth. By the way, I'm gonna get back to you though, because I'm like people are going. Why people were still surprised about Dean Ambrose? It was a legit shocker, but at the same time, going back to the video, I'm amazed he didn't quit any sooner. But because the signs were there. A lot of the video was showing footage from the Chronicle, like the 24 thing that was chronicling Dean Ambrose's return to the ring with his injury, and then the bad surgery thing. And the more I look at it, the more I'm thinking, oh, good Lord. All they had to do was give him a good heel run, and he would have stayed. I was like, in hindsight, it makes perfect sense why he would leave. They fucked up the one thing, one of those things.
I saw where some people were tracing this all the way back to back when Dean was WWE champion and he was on Austin's show.
Yeah,
and I guess Stone Cold, I guess he threw him under the bus or something.
I guess so, but
a little bit. Steve Austin was saying that Dean was resting on his laurels as champion and not being intense enough.
And Ambrose didn't exactly take kindly to that.
No, he did not, and it sort of made things awkward for a bit.
Yeah. Yeah, so back to R-Truth. Yeah, that's a fucking thing. R-Truth, U.S. champ. And Rusev and Nakamura, two guys that hated the crap out of each other and had legitimate gripes to keep hating on each other, were apparently teamed this week.
Yeah, apparently the R-Truth getting the U.S. title was sort of a consolation prize for getting his shit kicked in. For realsies.
Basically, like that, and the fact that he didn't even get the chance to be in the fucking Rumble. Which, by the way, poor R-Truth. Yeah, I said that, but at the same time, like, the fucker earned his spot.
Well, if nothing else, hopefully this will lead to an entertaining run with the belt.
It'll be something to do with the belt.
Give somebody something to do with the belt.
Yeah.
Something.
Anything.
Do something with belt.
Please.
Belt exists. Do something with it.
Yes.
So it looks like he'll be heading into, I guess, a three-way feud with Rusev and Shinsuke.
It'll be something to do.
Maybe this will build towards some sort of fatal four-way at WrestleMania, including Mustafa Ali, maybe?
You have my attention now.
I'm trying to remember if he eliminated... no, yeah, he did eliminate Shinsuke Nakamura, who was U.S. champion at the time. So, no, yeah, I could see that, actually, now.
Also in the news, unfortunately, Ember Moon is 100% injured.
Yeah, back on the shelf for the poor girl, it's unfortunately.
And right around WrestleMania season.
That's gotta hurt like fuck.
Like, yeah, she was probably going to be in the pre-show anyways because, they can only load so many matches on the main card, but still.
It's still WrestleMania.
It's still, there's still the stage. You walk out on the stage in front of the crowd and the ring and the cameras.
It's still a big fucking deal.
You know what else is a big deal, Matty?
What is a big deal?
The new WWE Championship belt.
Yeah, so, Brian, your title belt is made of leather. You're not a real vegan. And not anymore. He was, by the way, thank you, Daisy. Goodbye, Daisy. Love that crowd.
That crowd.
For as much as I shit on them for Rousey, I love them for this. Good eye. Brian going on with his gimmick, saying, I am vegan, I am eco-friendly, this belt was made of leather and cheap labor, and I refuse to say it. He pulls a Medusa. And even Medusa said goodbye Daisy on Twitter. On Instagram, I should say. But, yeah.
One could also say that he pulled a John Cena.
He kind of did. With a belt made of... The strap itself was made of hemp. Rope type situation. And the plates, side plates and everything, made of wood. With the gems being like shells and around the number... I'm going to go with Ross Riddell on this. Replace the blue non-celt and the red and the swish. Perfect belt. But that is a nitpick. That is a nitpick, though.
I kind of like the blue because it matches the brand.
It matches the brand, to be fair.
Yeah.
I will say this. TWK says they're going to try to make that a thing at for sale at Mania.
They'd be fools not to, because I already saw so many people saying they wanted a replica of it.
I mean, why the fuck not?
I can't imagine wood and hemp would be hard to come by.
I don't think it'd be hard to do that either.
So, all of us thumbs up on the new belt design?
Thumbs up. I mean, it's still like the same design, but just made of wood and hemp. I'm like, I am okay with that.
It looked a lot better than I thought it would be, because when I heard that was going to be a hemp belt, I'm like, maybe not. But now after actually seeing it, yeah, I like it.
Like like on paper, it's like, ugh. On practice, as we've seen it, and like it does not look half bad. And it matches the gimmick. Why the fuck not?
Speaking of gimmicks, guess who is now directing the gimmicks as agents in WWE?
Who?
Shane Helms and Sean Daivari.
Yeah. So last week we talked about Abyss and
Sanjay Dutt.
Sanjay Dutt leaving for the Fed. This week, Shane Helms, he's a producer now. And Sean Daivari as well. No, Sean Daivari, right?
Yep, Sean Daivari. Arya Daivari on 205 Live.
Yeah.
So
good for them, man. Good for them.
Apparently, at the very least, Helms was a Triple H pick.
Which is not a bad thing.
And moving on over to the Zone of Impact. Last week they were in Mexico, and I expect them to continue that for the next several weeks. And first big news out of them is the fact that they're now partnering with MLW.
Which, yeah, that's going to be awesome pick. Also, we're going to talk about MLW in a couple of minutes. But awesome idea. Also, please put Tony Schiavone in that booth with Matthews and Don Callis.
Yes, please.
They only need two people in the booth. I'm tired of three-man booths.
I know, but just... Actually, no. Don Callis, Tony Schiavone in the booth.
All right, that's good.
No offense to Josh Matthews, but Callis for Impact, Tony Schiavone for MLW? Come on! I can't be the only one salivating at that now.
Anyways, the show started with Swan defeating Hijo del Vecino, who's got an awesome entrance getup. And afterwards, Callahan made his beeline to the ring with OVE, went up to Swan and wanted him to join OVE because apparently they've been bros for a really long time.
Now, speaking of OVE, Sammy Callahan had a very good point on Twitter. Dean Ambrose is from Ohio, isn't he?
Cincinnati?
One day, one Random Impact episode.
To be fair, Impact almost had Omega and Jericho. They were literally this close. But
they were this close to getting him. Getting Dean Ambrose. Dean Ambrose is part of Ohio versus everything. Ladies and gentlemen, that noise in your head is your gears turning.
But yeah, as I was saying, like, if it wasn't for AEW existing, Omega and Jericho would be an Impact right now.
They would be an Impact, and Impact would have... I would wager that their TV, they would be getting a better TV deal if they had that.
Probably that, or at the very least, they'd be getting higher views on Twitch.
Yeah, their Twitch numbers would be going up.
Like, it's hard for me to even imagine. Imagine Kenny Omega on Impact. That would just, holy shit, my mind would be blown.
That would be huge. It's extremely huge.
Imagine like fucking Omega versus Impact, Omega versus Eli Drake, just in those promos alone.
Oh God, because Eli is good, but you want some comedy promos. Oh good Lord, yeah.
The banter back and forth between Eli and Omega.
Oh. By the way, you may have noticed in the intro. Shut up, dummy, I'm talking. Yes.
Anyways, Swan refused by just walking out of the ring, and then Callahan was like, "That wasn't to know! That wasn't to know! Come on, Swan, join us!"
Was that a yes? It wasn't a no.
And Callahan even brought up the fact that he was the one who brought Rich Swann into Impact. He was the one who got him the job.
Oh, guilt trip.
Yeah, a little bit.
Head games.
And speaking of mad
games,
Rosemary had some, as Kara and Grace were kind of promo backstage about their upcoming tag team rematch against Su Yung and Allie. Then some sort of glitchy effects started happening, and then on the screen behind him, Rosemary gave them a little message that this battle was not theirs to fight.
But it kind of is. But it's whatever. Kind of love that they're turning Rosemary into a sort of female Undertaker.
A little bit, and the crowd buys it. So
I like it. I don't mind it.
What they also don't mind is Ty Valkyrie going over on AAA star Kara via what looks like a regal stretch. And I gotta say, Kara looks pretty good in this match. I think the future's bright for her. And then, of course, Taya called out Blanchard.
Tessa Blanchard?
Tessa Blanchard, yeah. But Tessa, and she noted that, Tessa, due to her actions, was suspended last week, but I think
because she beat the crap out of Gail Kim.
Yeah, that kind of got her suspended, and she'll be returning either next week or the week after that. So I guess a rematch will be in the works very soon. Also, something happened was in both of their matches, the Rascals were 2-0.
Ooh.
Yeah, Trey Miguel defeated Ethan Page, and Wentz and Dez defeated Desi Hit Squad. So they're really starting to push this team. And if you're wondering, Matty, yes, the Rascals did use the push moonsault.
Nice.
And Trey's finisher is Fresh to Death, which is essentially Crossroads. But, cool move name.
Did we have some movement in the chat, by the way? Because I think it's froze on me there.
No, I think we're just...
the last one was Evil Reverend. I had to refresh it there.
That's also what I have, but
All right.
Same here.
Just making sure.
Sometimes the chat don't let you talk about stuff.
That's cool.
And then the main event, Cross versus Impact for the Impact World title. They were going good. The main event was going strong. And then at the end, Cage interfered and just destroyed everyone.
Because he's a fucking machine!
And the final image we had was Impact and Cage giving each other a good stare-off to end the show as we fade to black. And you want to talk about some MLW?
Yeah, this week's MLW was a thing that happened, for those wondering. They had...
This is why you should write everything down.
Yeah, I was just checking the chat there real quick. Well, Evil Runner is still around. That's good. Anyway, so they had... let's see if I remember correctly. They had... fuck. I have it down here.
Like I said, this is why you have to write things down. Write it down.
Yeah, I need to do that. Oh, there we go. The main event was L.A. Park versus Sami Callihan.
Oh, that sounds like it'd be a good old brawl.
It was a good match. It was pretty good. Hi, Lord Popo. How are you? And one of the feature matches was Barrington Hughes versus Ace Romero. And for those who are wondering what the fuck are we talking about, who are they? Barrington Hughes is the Caramel Colossus. He's a big dude, and so is Ace Romero.
Oh yeah, Barrington Hughes actually likes to tag with one of the local boys around here every now and again. Who goes by the name of... Why can't I remember his name all of a sudden? Fuck.
How's it feel, motherfucker?
Damn you, Karma! And no, not the wrestler.
But yeah, so the two featured matches are still building up to their super fight, which happens this month as well.
It was Benjamin Banks. That's his name. Benjamin Banks.
There you go.
I should know that name.
Yeah.
I'm friends with him on Facebook.
Yes. And so, there was a one-on-one thing. They were building it up. And they had a match. It was basically two big fat dudes trying to kill each other. And it was okay. And then Colonel Parker showed up with his stud stable, the Dirty Blondes. And they turned it into a tag match between Romero and Hughes taking on the Dirty Blondes, who were fucking dead in like 2 minutes. But the one-on-one match was fine. In all fairness, it was fine. It's like two fat fucks fighting. It's like, it's one of those things you just want to watch just to see what would happen.
And as an overweight person yourself, you would know.
Well, I would not last 2 fucking minutes in that and with either one of them, by the way. I am not a fighter. I just watch the fights.
And then you bitch about them on the interwebs for other people's entertainment.
Like I said, I bitch about the characters, not the people, not the human beings. Unless they're shitty human beings, then I will definitely shit on the
like JBL.
I was going to go Enzo Amore, but that works as well.
I still remember when he tripped over trying to dance. That's a good time.
John Clark, motherfucker. Anyway. Let's see. What do we... All right. Let's see. What else? I think that was most of the news, wasn't it?
That's all I had.
That's all you have? All right, here we go. But I was told about a C4 show, but I have not yet read the results, and I actually kind of want to watch it later, so...
So there you go. They have an on-demand service, right?
They do. They definitely do. We've Smart Mark Productions.
SmartMarkVideo.com?
SmartMarkVideo.com. If not, C4 Wrestling on Demand. I know they have a service. I know there's a sort of service you could catch. Anyway, let's do winners and losers. And Hairball, you're the guest. Kick us off with some losers, please.
Let's see. There's the obvious one that that's been going around for rampant. I would say for a week now.
What's up with him?
You know who we're talking. You know who I'm talking about.
Jerry Lawler. Yeah.
No. It's a non-wrestling loser. He's a skeevy piece of shit.
Oh yeah, we know who you're talking about. Yeah.
That's the only one I can really think.
That's more of the Shades territory for the anime Mavericks.
Oh, the Vic Mignogna. Okay.
Yeah.
Never mind.
Yeah.
Oh, we're talking about wrestling here.
As usual, Matty is the last one across the finish line.
Fuck you, dude. It's midnight. I'm tired. I'm talking wrestling, and he's talking anime. There's like one-track mind usually on this show.
Anyways, who is your wrestling loser of the week? Mr. Hairball.
I can't really think of one right now.
I guess I'll fill
Fair
in.
enough. Vic Mignogna's Hairball's loser of this. Fair enough. Go ahead, Tito.
My wrestling loser this week. I don't mean to be down on people at their job because, as I know myself, accidents happen, but it was just too hilarious not to bring up. The cameraman during one of the Rumble entrances kind of tripped over himself.
I know the feeling because when I did a cameraman job for Acclaim Pro Wrestling long ago. I had a camera. I had a camera that wasn't bolted down. They said, "Why don't you do it?" And I was like, "Okay." I tripped over the ring steps. So I know the feeling.
Yeah, I think during any of our jobs, we've had moments where we do something really stupid and we're like, how do I even get the fuck out of bed in the morning? I think we've all been there at least once or twice or a dozen times. And every time it's just like, God damn it, why today?
And like, as someone who works 6 days a week, with this fucking weather going on right now, like this morning, I was like, oh, I have to.
I'm just so glad. I really, really hope that I don't have to work during the Super Bowl.
Ooh.
Because
I am knocking on wood for you, sir. I'm knocking on wood for you.
Yeah, because number one, I really want to watch Halftime Heat live.
Yeah, well, as live as possible, I guess.
I think they'll be broadcasting it live from their performance center.
I think the safe part is pre-tape the fucker, but to each his own.
At the very least, it'll be shown. I guess
it will be shown at halftime. That is the guarantee.
That and today was a nightmare.
Yeah,
so many customers. I could barely keep up with the pizzas because one of the things I do at work is flatten the pizzas, put them in the pan, and all that stuff. I could barely keep up.
Yeah, we're not going to tell you what the retailer of said pies is, but I've had those and they're not bad. So,
anyways, yeah. So yeah, I definitely know what it feels like to be a dummy at work, but unfortunately,
Yeah, you gotta give it. That's a Botchamania award winner right there. Sadly, can't say I blame you.
Hopefully, the guy had himself a good laugh about it.
I'm fairly certain, and he kept filming to his credit.
Yeah, 100% professional. Like, did not stop at all. Like, even when he tripped over, just kept on trying to get the good shot.
You okay over there, Hairball?
Yeah.
All right.
Yep, I'm good. My truck's a little messy right now because I had to get underneath the bunking. Yeah.
Gotcha. All right. So for me, WWE's a loser this week, despite the Rumble and everything else. Just Hideo Itami, Dean Ambrose, among the other people trying to leave. There are two people that are leaving. I sense panic. And
yeah,
that's not a good thing. Anyway, winners, Hairball.
The Rumble winners, both of them.
Makes sense.
Jarrett on Monday night, just because. Listen up, slap nuts.
Yes.
I think that's it.
All right, fair enough. Teed up.
For me, I would have to say I'm going to give it to the Women's Royal Rumble just for being a perfect showcasing of the present and the future of women's wrestling in WWE.
Pretty much their women's division as a whole, which is...
Yeah.
We always make the reference to the Rumble being the all-star game for WWE. That was a perfect example for both Rumbles, as a matter of fact. No, keep going.
No, that's it.
That's it. All right, fair enough. Becky Lynch and Seth Rollins, winners of the respective Rumbles. Congratulations, Madam and Sir and the Man. Daniel Bryan's new belt, because goddamn, that's a thing, and I like it. Double J, Jeff Jarrett. That's JEFFJARRETT, by the way. Remember that name. Slap Nuts. I marked out. Congratulations. Ooh, I'll have to finish that pick of Ultra Instinct Shaggy.
Why is that a thing?
I don't know, but I want Shaggy versus Brock Lesnar at WrestleMania now. Who suplexes who?
Brock would still win, you know it.
I know, but it'd be a very competitive matchup. I will tell you that much. And in NXT, especially Bianca Belair, who had a great performance. Johnny Gargano for finally picking up some goddamn gold. and Aleister Black and Tommaso Ciampa. And Ricochet for that bump. Or actually that spot. Not that bump one. What bump? And that is about it, ladies and gentlemen. Also, Walter. We forgot to talk about Walter.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, we should talk about, real quick, what's the name of the guy on the picture?
I don't know, and I'm very sleepy.
I don't know either. I found it via our buddy Shin Tiger Curl on Facebook.
Yeah, so for those wondering, he's the guy who had the dubious honor of facing Walter in his NXT UK WWE debut. And there it is.
Al
Al
would be an understatement.
Al does not begin to
describe.
Yes. Also, I'm trying to. I see. You refuse to cooperate with me right now. There we go. Come on. Cooperate with me, OBS. There we go. There it is. Take a look at that. Good fucking wow. So this happened at taping, and that is the handprint of one Walter. For those wondering, what's his thing? Chops. I'm kind of sad that Kitamura, one of the young lions in the New Japan system, has left, because I kind of want to see a chop off between him and Walter now.
Ooh, wait a minute. What about something like that between Walter and, God damn it, fuck.
You had something there.
Minoru Suzuki.
Oh. T-Dub and I are probably on our phones looking for that nail.
Nevertheless, that's the show, ladies and gentlemen.
Yeah,
thank you for joining us for these 2+ hours.
Yeah, thank you very much for coming in. Yeah, 2 hours, 15 minutes. Hairball's on Twitter at Broken Brother. At the Hairball 316.
Yeah.
Apology. It's on the freaking screen. If you want to support us, of course, I am on Twitter and Instagram at MattyJ316. He's on Twitter at TWK Official. You want to support us? TWK has a Patreon, patreon.com/RVT. Patreon.com/TWK Reviews. I'm going to get it one day, damn it. And for me, PayPal.me/RVT. There is a match between him and PCO in there. Actually, that was, there was a match. And there is a Google for Walter v PCO. There's one.
Anyways, be sure to follow us here on Twitch. Click that follow button and subscribe if you want to contribute some of your hard-earned cash towards us.
Yeah, PayPal.me/MattyJ316. No matches are found. That is strange. And yet, PCO versus Walter happened. Those were knockdown dragouts, by the way. No, that's it. Okay. Of course, that's it. Thank you very much for tuning in. Thank you very much for coming in and letting us talk about the Graps for a couple of hours. We went long, but that's normal for us. If I can find the damn thing. There we go. On behalf of the Hairball.
Deuces.
That'll work. And of course, TWK.
Until next time, this is TWK of TWK Reviews telling you to work your gimmick and now excuse me while I go sleep.
You go sleep, my friend. You've earned it. My name's Matty Jay, reminding you all professional wrestling support your independent promotion as soon as possible. I think we have a regular show next week. No pay-per-views, no nothing, don't we? We'll figure something out. Until then, have a good one, have a safe one. We shall talk to you next week. Bye, everybody. Bye.
Listen up, slap nuts.